Like to do number 40 and 12.5, which says find f. Wait, how do you read those?
F of F.
F composed of F.
F composed with f
Inverted?
inverse of x, right? And f inverse composed with f of x. Okay, so this problem is actually hella easy.
Okay.
The reason, what?
Never see when did we do
When we talked about inverse functions. 11.2. The one when we had the piece of glass and we flipped it over. So let's just remember what an inverse function is. How about that? So this is the picture we draw for a function, right?
Yeah.
It takes inputs, turns them into outputs. Right? It's just a rule associating inputs to outputs. What's an inverse function? Well, yeah, it's the one that goes the other way and undoes f, right? Okay.
How do you gonna know the difference between that and an exponent of -1?
Great question. Because this one's in the rule name, right?
Okay.
See that? So if I was writing y to the -1, right? This thing doesn't have a of x, right? So this is an exponent. But this guy has an of x. So it's a rule name, which means it's the rule that undoes f. Is cool with that? That is a very tricky thing.
So the f of f -1 means f -1.
Means
No.
f.
Of the composition.
So this means if I'm going to put an x in here, I'm going to do f inverse to it first, then I'm going to do f to it. So what that means is that first one, oops, colors, maybe red, means that, okay, I'm going to start somewhere. I'm going to do f inverse first. That's this way, right? Then I'm going to do f. That's this way. You guys see that? So I did a rule and then I undid it. What does that get me? It gets me back to where I started, right? So what did I start at? What did I put in? I put in x, so I should get x back out. You guys see that? So this should just be x. Can't be anything else. This other way is, where am I starting? Left or right side? On this one? Starting on the left side, right? Because I have to do f to it first. Okay, so I do f to it. That takes me over here. Then what do?
Undo it.
Then I do f inverse. That undoes it. So where do I get? Yeah, back where I started. What did I put in? I put in an x, so I should get an x back out.
Do you always start with the second one and do that first?
Yes.
Yeah, because it's closest to the x, right? Remember, it's like an onion unraveling. So I start near the x, and then I go kind of towards the outside.
Would you suggest we draw a picture like this with the little?
Yeah, you could draw this picture. Alternatively, right, if we wanted an algebraic approach to doing these, we could say, okay, f of f inverse of x, right, means f done to f inverse of x. So I could write down my rule for f. That's twice something minus 3. You guys see that? Normally this something would be an x, right? But this thing doesn't say to put x in to f. It says put f inverse in there. Do I know what f inverse is? Yeah, man, it's this stuff. So put that stuff in it.
Wait, is this the easy way?
No, this is the hard way.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
This is the algebraic way. The other way requires me to think about what an inverse function is, right? This way is just pushing symbols around. If I just push these symbols around, I'll see, right? what happens here?
Do you distribute the two in?
Yeah, I'll distribute the 2 in.
2x plus 6
Wait,
over
can you
4?
cancel the two?
Yeah.
Oh.
So I could either distribute the 2 in and then factor it out and cancel it, or I could just cancel it. So I'll get
X plus 3.
X plus 3 minus 3. So X.
You guys see that jives with what I was thinking before? I was thinking, okay, this thing does something to X and then I undo it. I should get X back. Oh look, I do.
Nice.
You guys want to see the other one? Works
Yes.
exactly the same way.
Yes.
Oh.
Okay, let's do it.
This is the harder part.
So here we're going to do F inverse of F to X, right? Okay, so if we rewrite that as F inverse done to F of X. Okay, let me write down the rule for F inverse. What is it? Okay, so you take whatever you're putting in, right? Add 3, and then divide by 2,
Right.
right?
No, it's gonna be 2x minus 3.
Yep. So I'm putting 2x minus 3 in here, right? Make sure you kind of think about parentheses around that in that box. But otherwise, that's the only thing here. So let's see, on the top, I get a 2x minus 3
0 plus 3.
plus 3 divided by 2.
Cancel.
Cancel my 3's, they add to 0, so I get
X.
2x over 2.
X.
Cancel the 2's, right? That's a onesie. So I get an x out.
Okay. That's
Okay,
it.
see that?
Yep.
This way is much harder, right? Than this way. This is how you check whether you got an inverse function, right? You drew a bubble diagram for this thing, and then you wonder if it worked. If it worked, you check these two, see if you get x back. If you get x back from both of these, then it actually is an undoing rule.
I like that.
Okay. Cool.